Wayne, would you just like to talk for a couple of minutes about the concerns of having an undirected proxy? Because I know you definitely believe we need to have directed proxies.
Well, that's kind of a personal feeling.
Okay.
The point of this was to put some teeth behind something we already said we were going to do.
Right.
Our election rules already said we required directed proxies.
Right.
But we waffled on it. And I wanted to tighten it up and make sure we weren't going to waffle again. Do I feel real strongly about this? I think it's an unfortunate thing when you end up with anybody, with a proxy for 5 years to vote a member's feelings or vote a member's vote for 5 years without that member ever again having any say in how his vote gets used. I think that's a terrible misuse of the proxy system.
But isn't it the idiocy of the member that gave that privilege away? That's where it really, I mean, how could someone do that?
Well, this may only apply to members who are less sophisticated and maybe acting in anger or a moment of anger, but giving away their right to vote for 5 years and not having any control of how that vote is used just seems to be preposterous to me.
Well, I personally can't see giving away my right to vote, but that's again a personal issue. I mean, certainly one of the concerns in any organization without direct proxies is you could have someone walk in with a whole bunch of proxies and take away an election. And I think that's how, in past years of operation of Lake Holiday, I think that's exactly what happened. Because I think Carl Sims walked in and ran the meeting because he had proxies from people. And I think that's probably why down the road we got into, when we started talking about proxies, to make them directed, because that narrows the ability, allows it to have a proxy, but you've got to give some direction to it, of who you want to.
Well, it's a difference between having, I mean, in either case, whoever's voting by proxy, let's assume that the reason they're voting, we have a situation where we have dissension in the community. So there's someone who solicits proxies from people that they know are not active members. So it's just a question of, are we going to have them solicit undirected proxies or directed proxies? If we have them solicit directed proxies, what we're saying is we want the member who's giving up their right to vote in person to at least give some thought to what they want to do for the election. The person who's going and soliciting the proxy can still say, I intend to nominate from the floor Pat Shields and this person, and the person say, that's great, I think I support you in that, and I want to say that they're the people that I want to vote for too. So, I mean, we're not, whether it's directed or undirected is really the degree to which we want the member who's giving their proxy to give some thought to what they're doing. And I can see both sides of it, really. I mean, you know, if in fact there's, you know, someone feels strongly enough that the people who've been nominated formally are not the right people to be elected, then they should come up with who is.
Well, and the issue about when you do have a directed proxy, you really are more limiting. It's hard to give away 5 years of proxy
Because you can't.
unless you intend to have that same person every year at the election until you're elected.
So, Steve.
All right, I see the direction this is going in. So the question is, the non-directed proxies that exist, how would this resolution affect them?
Item 7.
Tell me what
It says all proxies we've accepted in the past will continue to accept.
that's what I thought, because we've said that.
We've got to do that, I think.
We made a mistake, we got to do it.
For 5 years.
4 more years.
Can you hear something? With regard to the directed proxies, we have to validate eligible membership for people who are running. And I don't know how we could possibly do that.
Do that at the meeting. It's done at the meeting.
Yep.
Right there.
We bring the eligibility list and we do it in real time for nominees from the floor.
Just like if you show up to vote for paper ballot, you show up, you're not eligible, you're not gonna get a ballot, they check it, it's rechecking.
But if somebody walks in the door with 400 proxies, that's,
Well, the way it works now is the proxies get taken. We used to go through each one, but now we take them. The vote administrator and then we'll check it. It's real time, but it's not holding up a line of people. We'll take the proxies, note that you gave us 25 proxies, and then it gets checked.
And even better if we take them by 5 o'clock the night before.
Even better if you take it by 5 o'clock the night before, and if you're directed, I let somebody can't do it. But absolutely. It's an added plus.
Are we still the same place we were before on directed versus non-directed? Let's just see, directed. Except for,
No, okay.
all right,
I'm-
that became unanimous in that discussion, so that's the value of debate, eh? I believe the only change that's occurred in this document so far is its latest rated proxy as opposed to earliest rated proxy.
And
Is
then
that
take
correct?
out the
Oh, I'm,
7. Six.
I'm sorry, you had proposed new language for 3, didn't you?
Yeah, I had proposed deleting 6
All right.
and slipping in a phrase into 3.
So effectively, 6 has been eliminated and 3 has been reworded. I think where we are is, we probably don't want to sign this resolution tonight, and there's no urgency to do it. I can redraw it and present it again in January with a revised paragraph 3 as per Dave's. Now, is that the sense of the board, that if we made those changes, this resolution would be what the board wanted to do? Okay, let's table, let me withdraw my motion, to table this until January. I'll rewrite it and represent it.
What if we put the consensus of the board in the notes? The consensus is that with those changes, it's what the board wishes to do. Would that help any?
I'm not sure we need to.
Okay.
There's no urgency for this.
Okay.
This probably won't have any effect until next October.
Or any special election, yeah.
The point is we have time.
We don't get to talk about it for half an hour.
Is everybody okay with tabling it until January? Okay. You got all that, Ken?